Three, two, one, go!
2 heats down, 2 heats remaining as Heat 3 is taking the floor. We have a tie for 7th in the top 10 in this heat with Alexander Ellebro and Phil Hesketh. But one athlete that we thought would contend with Alex Smith in the beginning is in this heat with Cody Anderson.
Well, if you talk gymnastics, you have to throw Cody Anderson into the mix. We saw what happened with Alex Smith. I don't know if we will see that happen here. No, Cody Anderson has not seen this event in the past. However, every time there's been a muscle-up event, he has always done extremely well, whether it's in the Open, the regionals, the games, or outside competitions. So guess what? This is playing into his factor. I'm afraid to jinx anything by saying that he's going to smoke it. But there's no reason why he shouldn't do spectacular in this particular event.
So Cody Anderson done with his set of 2, moving into his round of 3. The time to beat was set by Ben Smith. Unofficial time of 11 minutes and 30 seconds. And one thing that was unique to Ben in heat number 1 was in heat number 1.
Right.
2, he was getting lapped by the majority of the field around that set of 5, and he just stayed to his pace. Saw the same thing happen in the last heat with Jason Smith. Didn't say his name for 13 and a half minutes. The guy comes out and wins his heat.
You need to be very smart. You need to know your body and understand the element that you're in this particular event. Increasing reps from 1 to 10 must be unbroken muscle ups. So we already said that's 55 muscle ups. That's a lot in general. But the main gist of this and the twist of this is, can you do 10 unbroken muscle ups after you've just have done 45 in different sets of unbroken reps? So you have to be very smart about this. I like the fact that Cody Anderson is not running very fast. He's conserving himself, and maybe he saw what happened to Alex Smith earlier, or at least heard what happened, back in the warm-up area. The muscle-up should not be an issue for him. He's always looked very good, so it's a matter of what he does with his body in between the muscle-up rounds.
Cody Anderson done with his set of unbroken 4, advancing into the round of 5.
I think really the only thing that Cody Anderson really has to worry himself with is his handlebar going to fit through the straps on the ring muscle-ups, because that's about the only thing that should be slowing him down out of everything here.
Well, we've seen Cody Anderson tackle events at the highest level with ring muscle-ups, specifically a muscle-up biathlon that had 45 total reps, where it went from 18, 15 to 12.
Right.
He did that final set of 12 unbroken. Now he's working his way up from lower reps, but it's still, he knows he has that in the bag, unless how some of this is played out today is maybe tempering his speed.
You know what? But look what he's doing. He's walking right now. At this point, Alec was still running, and actually running really fast. In this round is where he lapped his brother Ben. Cody's just cruising, and I think that that's really smart. He's got the confidence, and I think with the gymnastic movement, that's huge. Because with most people, once they're gone, and that fear of having them disappear, where you have to just sit there and stare at the rings on your own, is very daunting. He doesn't really ever have that issue. Whether it's handstand push-ups or ring muscle-ups or whatever, that's never been an issue. So the confidence of knowing that he has the capacity to do that is huge.
Cody Anderson done with his 10-meter handstand walk. 6 unbroken ring muscle-ups, as he is the only athlete currently on that rep scheme. The rest of the field working in their unbroken set of 5. We do have Alexandre Caron and Casper Gamelmark done with their set of 5, advancing to 6, but at the same time, Cody Anderson has lapped the field, moving from 6 to 7.
Yeah, he just looks so smooth, so relaxed. Now, the one difference that I do see with Cody versus what Alec was doing, other than the running part, is he seems much more smooth on his upswing with his kick. I started seeing Alec wasn't using it as much as he needed to or should have until the final one. You could see his feet come up really, really high at that point. I think it was just starting to really kind of affect his grip. But Cody is very, very consistent. And look at that, barely had any rest at all before he got back up onto the rings.
One of the athletes sitting in the top 10 was Alexander Ellebro. We just saw him finishing his handstand walk, but in the back part of your screen, it is Cody Anderson. 5 reps of the 7 needed complete. 1 final rep for Cody Anderson, and that will be 7. Cody done in the round of 7, advancing into the round of 8.
All advancing on to that 7th round.
So we have 27 reps left to go. We're right at about that halfway point. God, that sounds so gross to say it like that. You've already gone through 8 rounds or 7 rounds, and now you hit 75 or 27 more reps to go.
And that's really where it's hung people up, is that you've done 28.
Yeah.
You have 27 more to go, but that didn't happen until you got to the round of 8.
Right.
Anderson taking a smart break as the rest of the field waiting for their round of 7, as Cody Anderson is moving into the round of 8. Anderson has 3 reps completed, now past the halfway point. 3 reps remaining for Cody Anderson. The one thing I'd say for Cody is that on his turnover, he gets in such a good position for the dip.
Oh, yeah.
I see a lot of athletes struggle to catch themselves, but he comes over so clean.
When we talk about that, your head coming all the way through the straps, gets himself into that good, strong pushing position. Gymnastic background, his shoulders are going to be set in a good, strong position, so he has got a good drive. And you're right, he really loads up that shoulder and that pec, taking a good pop out. Even uses his legs to kind of come up underneath to give himself a little bit of a kick. But one thing we haven't really talked about is usually there's a large clock somewhere for these athletes to know exactly what's going on. The athletes don't have that in their around anywhere. I don't see a clock anywhere that they're using, and I don't see anyone telling the athletes other than the MC on the floor how much time is left. So you have to go purely by feel. You can't say, okay, I'm going to give myself a minute. You have to guess a minute, or say, you have 30 seconds left, or it's 5 minutes, or whatever. So I think it really will be in favor for the athlete that knows their body and can feel their recovery, rather than have to wait for the clock or be told when to go.
Well, Cody must be going by feel, because this is some of the shortest rest he's taken since the round of 5, and he's in the round of 9. So it almost seems like Cody is speeding up as he gets to those higher volume sets.
A little bit of bobble on that last one. So, okay. Are we going to say he's going to get tired? Well, he just finished 45 reps. Now he has to do 10 unbroken. So he has time to take some rest. Once he gets through the handstand walk, I think that'll be smart for him to get up on the handstand as fast as he can, then rest down at the end and give himself a good amount of time.
The 8-minute and 30-second mark.
8 minutes and 30-second mark. He has plenty of time to rest before he needs to get going here to make sure he gets this unbroken.
The time to beat was set by Ben Smith in heat number 1 at 11 minutes and 30 seconds. So he has that 3 minutes at minimum to at least take over Ben's top time. We still have one more heat remaining, but Cody, being one of the favorites coming in, can afford to.
Wow.
The last thing you want to do is miss.
Yeah, but look, he's already back on the rings again. I think that was a little risky myself.
Cody Anderson wasting no time. And Bill, like you said, there isn't a clock out here to really get a gauge of where you are relative to the best time to beat. But again, you have to go by feel. And if anybody knows how well they can do in a set of muscle ups, it's Cody Anderson with 2 reps remaining. And Cody Anderson,
wow,
wasting no time,
wow,
taking no prisoners. Cody Anderson will finish right around the 9:40 mark.
An unofficial time of 9:44.
That was an unbelievable. Now, here's the difference. We saw him walking a lot during that. Not a lot of rest time, but a lot of walking, whereas Alex Smith didn't have that. Now, we talked to his brother Brent Smith earlier during the interview. He said that Alec would hit that time also around 9:40. So Alec was pushing the tempo. Came out a little bit hot. Didn't work out for him, but wow, Cody Anderson. Picture perfect setup in that event.
And like I said, it looked like he was taking less time in between. He does have a little bit further walk, and what we saw from Cody is that he spent less time doing static rest, which was just sitting underneath his rings and chalking his hands, and more time doing that active rest, not running between the ring and the pylon.
And he did that early. I mean, he came out right away and did that.
Less than 5 minutes to go.
And we still have just over 4 minutes remaining in this event, which is a lifetime of time. The best time was Ben Smith at 11:30. Prior to that, the next best two were right around that 12-minute mark.
Advancing on to his 10th round as well. Here's where the chess match begins. Less than 4 minutes to go.
Two athletes make that 3 athletes
Advances on to his 10th round.
into the round of 10. Now we're starting to see some athletes fail that 10-meter handstand walk. Specifically, Gamelmark in lane 1 and Carone in lane number 3 both had to come back one time.
And I think that's just them knowing that they're at the end. So they're thinking ahead rather than thinking where they are. But look at the pacing now. You can see Alexander over in lane number 3 is sitting down, waiting before he decides he wants to go.
Round. 3 minutes.
Now as we're scanning the floor, it looks like in lane number 8, Ruan Devanage is attempting his final set of 10 ahead of Carone and Gamelmark.
Here we go. Trying to close it out. 1 rep left to go.
Wow, look at that.
Lane number 8, baby.
And then Ruan Devanage will finish right around that 12:40 mark.
It's a good time.
And we're looking back at the times we previously had. What's the event?
The forearm pump is real, ladies and gentlemen.
We had Ben Smith at 11:30. Behind him was Rasmus Anderson and Hoegberg at 12:13 and 12:20. So for Devanage, that should be enough for a top 4 placing as it stands after 2 heats, this being the 3rd heat of 4.
Once again, drama unfolding here under the lights.
And I know Cody Anderson just dismantled this event,
right?
But he was supposed to.
Yeah, he was.
We got to give another slow clap to Rasmus Anderson and Lucas Hoegberg sitting in 2nd and 3rd after the first heat.
90 seconds.
Yeah, here I am. You guys can't see it, but I'm stammering as Chase throws that out to me. You're right. Cody was supposed to do what Cody did. He was supposed to absolutely crush that. The fact that we have these other athletes doing so well on this is amazing. But you know what? We can say the same thing about Cody. The amount of weight that kid can move, not being a weightlifter, has always been impressive as well. Saw him in the games doing some things, PRing in the clean ladder as they made their way up. Really, really impressive. So good job for him still. Good job for him still.
Boom! Willie Georges comes in 3rd.
Willie Georges will finish out this heat. Phil Hesketh will also finish his 10 reps just underneath that 15-minute cap.
30 seconds.
Gamelmark in lane number 1 And on the opposite side of the rig is Alex
Jasper, closing it out. 10 seconds.
in lane number 9, actually.
Lane 1.
But Gamble Mark will finish.
3, 2, 1, time. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
And what we hope to see, we got Cody Anderson putting on a show, besting the time to beat by nearly 2 minutes.
Okay, Cody, we know that you're a muscle-up ninja, but you absolutely flew through this event. And considering what you've been through already with the run and the swim and the bike, I mean, did that go the way that you kind of anticipated it would?
I mean, I was hoping it would go well for me. I mean, I figured it was a wheelhouse workout, but yes, with a workout like this, you just have to be smart and know your limits and rest as much as you need to, and then take advantage when you can. So.
In your heat, we saw the most guys cross the finish line that we have seen yet. Do you sort of like side-eye, see who's around you? Does that push you to the end, or do you just stay focused in your own game?
Usually I just stay focused on myself. In certain workouts, if it's something really fast where you can like push and, you know, feed off the energy of other people, I will. But most workouts, I just pay attention to what I can control.
Great job today. Nice work.
Thank you.